Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is July 4th, 2023. Hopefully, this episode finds you well, in good spirits, and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. It is a weird Tuesday being off, but just been hanging out, making the most of it, relaxing, incubating. I don't know. Let's see. I do have a bit of a food corner. The other day I made, well, and I'll say why I made it because that's why I guess it's semi interesting. I don't know. I've been on like watching a lot of reels, a lot of YouTube shorts, aka the TikTokification stuff, on my favorite apps, and a lot of ramen, especially on Facebook. Like just people just eating and slurping up some ramen. And I was like, you know what? I haven't just made a bowl of ramen in a while. And I was in a hurry. So it was just perfect. So I made some ramen, ate that. I In this situation, I put some turkey in it and some lettuce. And I actually was like, fuck it, let's just put some jalapenos in there. And yeah, it turned out. It's pretty good. Let's see. In terms of just personal news, I did get to hang out with some homies, play some Magic the Gathering. That was fun. Really get to nerd it up. Do some other stuff as well, so that's also cool. But yeah, it was a good time. Let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to cover for the me stuff? Nah, I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and crack a firework, and then we can go ahead and get to work. Do-do-do-do. Also, I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on fireworks. Do you like them? Do you not like them? I personally am like, some years I'm like, oh, cool, awesome. Others, or most years, I'd say I'm just kind of annoyed by them because I gotta hear them all night, and it goes on throughout the weekend. Uh, but I don't know. At the end of the day, they don't bother me too much. But I get that everyone's different. I'm sure if you have pets, it's a whole other issue, or insert reason here. But yeah, I'm curious what the audience thoughts are on big old bangs, light shows, firecrackers, sparklers. I don't know. Let me take my drink actually. Okay, in a rare change of pace, we're going to start off with some good news at the top. From the Daily Beast, Massachusetts woman found missing for a week, found alive, trapped in mud. Oh man, what a great Daily Beast title. I love the Daily Beast so much. Ugh. Yeah, this is good news. This is where I found it. I'm going to use it. A Massachusetts woman who disappeared a week ago was found alive on Monday after two hikers heard her screaming in a swampy area of Borderland State Park, and officers found her stuck in the muck, where she may have been trapped for 3 days. Emma Tetwitsky, or we got Tetwitsky, we'll try that. 31 years old, was taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but is expected to survive. She had last been seen June 26th near her home. Several ground searches were conducted, but there was no sign of her. But hey, she's been found, and that's good news. So we love to see it. Moving on to some other good news from CBS News: teen who vanished 8 years ago while walking dogs was found alive. A teen who went missing more than 8 years ago while walking his dogs in North Houston has been found alive. Officials said over the weekend. Rudolph Rudy Farias was 17 years old when he vanished in March of 2015. And although his two dogs were ultimately located, Farias had disappeared. Let's see. The Texas Center for the Missing, a nonprofit organization based in Houston that works on, they confirmed that he was located safe. But I know I think he's currently like in the hospital, and they haven't like listed his condition or anything like that. But more or less that he has been, he's been found. They did post a tweet, saying that after 8 long years, Rudy has been located safe. Excuse me. Please continue to keep his family in your prayers as Rudy recovers in the hospital. The tweet read. I mean, I do think the general public is curious as to like what happened to Rudy. Obviously exactly how is he doing. I'm sure some of those details will maybe come to light over time, but once again, just happy to see that like someone who's been missing for that amount of time has been just found alive. I think anytime I hear missing story, I immediately think the worst, because you're either gonna get two kinds of news usually. It's like you're not gonna hear anything. You're gonna get to the end of the story and it's just, very sad. Or two, you're gonna get the thing that you kind of think in the back of your head that like, okay, they're gonna eventually find a body, or what happened, yada yada yada. But in this situation, it's like, no, the person was found alive, and I think that's very great. I'm very happy for the family. But yeah, I'm sure some details may come to light, but if not, and it's just in the family, then hey, that's great, awesome. Some details are better left unsaid. As long as you're alive and you're safe with your family, I think that's the most important thing. All right, let's go ahead and move along here to some bad news from The Guardian. Biden decries gun violence as shootings across the U.S. mar 4th of July festivities. A long holiday weekend of bloodshed has intensified after a heavily armed gunman and a bulletproof vest opened fire on the streets of Philadelphia on the eve of 4th of July celebrations. In yet another mass shooting in the U.S., killing 5 people and wounding 2 boys before surrendering to the police. Across the country, Texas was entering the holiday to news that another shooting had killed 3 people in Fort Worth, occurring just before midnight amid a gathering in a parking lot that also wounded 8. In Chicago, a total of 5 people were killed and at least 33 wounded in a rash of shootings across the city, coming one after another after a shooter took 7 lives at a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois, near Chicago. Also, police in Kansas on Tuesday said 11 people were hurt over the weekend when a gunman opened fire inside a Wichita nightclub. So, I mean, it's hot out. It's the 4th of July. We, it's living in America, baby. It really has just become like an apple pie standard, sadly, that we just kind of have to like gear up and brunt for these things. It's just a matter of where and when. Let's see. Most of this article is focused on the Philadelphia part, so I did want to cover that before we kind of moved on. In Philadelphia on Monday night, the shootings in the Pennsylvania city that is no stranger to gun violence took place over several city blocks in the southwestern residential neighborhood of Kensington. We'll say it's that. Responding officers chased the suspect as he continued to fire, and he was arrested in an alley after giving himself up. Also, I do want to peep the commissioner's name, Danielle. I believe it's Danielle Outlaw. What a fucking hardcore ass name. You're gonna either be a police officer, a cowboy impersonator. I'm trying to think. I mean, there are some other professions that you could be with a name like that. Hey, police, that works for you. Go off. Let's see. We have absolutely no idea why this happened, Outlaw said. At this point, all we know is that this person left their home and decided to target individuals. Which is this really fucking scary ass thought. They had body armor. Also, they had a high-powered assault rifle, multiple magazines of ammunition, and a handgun and a scanner. So, one of those Punisher type, peoples. I don't know. This shit is just, it's another day. It does feel like it just gets hotter and people get more and more active at this shit, and it's really sad because naturally, all you want to do is just hang out. You just want to fucking, be around people, do community shit, and then you gotta worry about dying. Let's see, a little factoid here. There have been more than 555 mass killings since 2006, according to the AP US Today database, in which at least 2,900 people who have died and at least 2,000 have been injured. Yeah, that's a lot of numbers. Let me go ahead and move on. From the Insider. We got a little bit of Twitter talk here. I'm actually going to take my break now. Okay. Ooh. Let's run the title. We'll get there. Okay, buddy. Can't even see my own tweets. Twitter users despair over Elon Musk's decision to limit views. Now, this is a personal grievance corner. This is a Elon hater corner. This is a tech corner. I'm just, we're doing it all in one. This shit pisses me the fuck off. It's pissed a lot of motherfucking people off. It is yet again, another, little milestone in the death spiral that is this bird app. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it, do some coverage. Elon Musk has decided to temporarily limit the number of tweets people can read each day. Let's see. Initially, he said that some accounts were going to be restricted to 300 posts. This was of last Saturday. Then he said verified users could read 6,000 posts per day, while unverified and newly created unverified accounts would only be able to read either 600 or 300 posts a day. Essentially, he got backed down to what number? The limit went to 10,000 for verified users and 1,000 for unverified users and 500 for newly unverified users. Now, this idea just doesn't even fucking make sense. The idea of saying, like, hey, we are going to just, out of the blue, restrict the amount of tweets you can read in a day. And once you hit that, you will then get a rate limit, and you won't be able to see any more tweets. Not even the tweets that you've posted. So you'll only be able to go to your profile and see what you said or interact with your work. And to say like work is maybe a bit overrated, like maybe I am, in my shit poster mode here, but like it is so stupid to do something like this, to curb your whole app, not just to unpaying users, but also the paying. Like, I don't care if I was paying, I would still be pissed. It's like, cool, I get more like views, but then it's just like these literally are just as you're scrolling, view. It's so easy to do that. So now it's made me like ration my Twitter usage, and it's like, I mean, come on, man. There's also some other things I kind of want to get into too. That's kind of why this is in part 1. Part 2 because this is like we're gonna get to the reason why this is happening, at least according to Elon, and then what I'm kind of speculating, or at least what some of the internet is speculating as to why the real reason is. Because there's a few out there, but let's just get to this. On Friday, Musk also changed Twitter's rules to stop unregistered users from viewing tweets without signing up. That's another big deal. So it's like, let's say you see something through like a link, it will make you have to sign in to your profile in order to view anything on Twitter, period. And let's say he said the move was part of a drastic and immediate action to restrict access to tweets because AI companies were stealing Twitter's data. I call bullshit on this. This is why I have to like say that we got to go into another article here, because this is what he is saying on the face of it, is that there is AI companies at play and they're scraping the data from Twitter. So he has to like do this measure to curb all the profiles that are on Twitter, all the accounts, and this is going to do something to help out. And it's like, this just seems so bullshit, so fucking made up. And I know there's a bunch of blue check ass fucking users on the goddamn site, app, whatever, like, oh no, Elon's right, hear him out, oh come on, he's even trying to negotiate with us, come on, oh. Like, so gross, it's so disgusting. But essentially, this is the situation at hand at Twitter. It's very frustrating, it's very annoying. I've literally had to move to Tumblr now to kind of like get my fix, and it's kind of funny because like I'm seeing more Twitter posts on Tumblr now, and just the full like time is a flat circle kind of situation. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to the other part. I'm not talking about Elon trying to be funny on his own goddamn site, fucking dumbass. All right, from Engadget. Let me calm down. Twitter has reportedly refused to pay its Google Cloud contract. The decision could impact the company's automated moderation system. Let's see. This was from June 11th, so this is an old news kind of thing. I actually got this kind of worming around Reddit, so I had to take a shower after, but whatever. The things I do for news. But let's go ahead and do some reading before we close out. More platform instability could be in Twitter's near future. In 2018, Twitter signed a $1 billion contract with Google to host some of its services on the company's Google Cloud servers. Twitter recently refused to pay the search giant ahead of the contract's June 30th renewal date. Twitter is reportedly rushing to move as many services off of Google's infrastructure before the contract expires, but the effort is running behind schedule, putting some tools, including Smite, a platform the company acquired in 2018 to bolster moderation capabilities, in danger of going offline. If Twitter can't migrate its system to its own servers before the end of the month, platformers suggest a shutdown would greatly impact the company's ability to combat spam and child sex abuse material, also as CSAM. Before Saturday, Smite had already been showing signs of strain following Elon Musk's deep cuts to Twitter's workforce. Let's see here. Essentially, Elon Musk is kind of like surprised that the idea of saying, hey, I'm going to do all these layoffs, I'm going to like curb the company down to, way less. I'm going to cut out these divisions, these branches. Well, okay, now you have a quote unquote more streamlined thing, but eventually you were going to be chasing this wave of like issues that you need to deal with, and you need a big team to deal with them properly, officially. With the way Twitter is at scale, the size, it has so many people, like it is not surprising that of course the DeSantis launch that you tried to do didn't work. Of course the fucking app broke. Like, I feel like there's this weird wave where they try to like enforce a sense of censorship, and it was kind of working for a while, but as of lately I've noticed that, like, oh, I'm seeing a lot more risque material on this app again, and I'm like, I mean, hey, okay, I'm not mad. But the idea is, if you're cleaning the site up for advertising, if you are doing all this shit, but then you're also like stiffing the bill on people, but now you're trying to say, like, oh, well, these AI, it's all the data, it's the bots, it's always some cute ass fucking excuse or reason for being or doing. But all it seems to be is that this app just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And it's a bummer because I do enjoy Twitter. I kind of came into Twitter a little bit late, but it is a shame that it just seems like this app just keeps shitting the bed. And yeah, now I'm over here just like rationing my tweets. But yeah, I've kind of run long here. I'm chasing my tail a bit. Whatever. That's all I got for today. I do have to chill a little bit, so bear with me. But thank you so much for tuning in up to this point. You're awesome. I love ya. But yeah, patreon.com / Isaiah News. If you'd like to support the effort, $5 a month gets you access to all my old little extra episodes. Also, you get newsy status. Say your name on the podcast once a month. Also, plug a project or thing you're doing. Or, whatever else you want me to plug. Also, feel free to shoot me news or, feedback, whatever. Let's see, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Also, there's a Discord. Feel free to hit me up for that. Always trying to build that up. Let's see here. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Like I said, I'm personally on Tumblr, but, whatever. It'd be weird if you hit me up on there. Let's see. What else? Oh, YouTube. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to follow on all those things. Those are always good for the algorithm, the old AI problem. What else is there? Oh, I don't know. Hit bells. Comments are great. Thumbs up are great. All the stars. Yeah, that all that stuff. That's all I got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.